Hello everyone, welcome to the Pequeno pod with Señor Pequeños. If you want episodes early, bonus episodes, special guest interviews, and other perks, please consider supporting us on Patreon, which will give you all of those things for the price of one coffee cup per month. You can find us at patreon.com/pequenopod, Pequeno pod. Otherwise, enjoy this free episode, and I hope you have an awful day.
Second intro, you know what that means? Audio issues, woohoo. Some of the audio may not be as smooth today, but stick with us because we know this shit is fucking ridiculous. And so we are in process of buying a new laptop. If you are feeling generous and want to help us fund this laptop, please go to our Patreon, starting at the $5 tier, and it would be much appreciated. Here's to Daniel not going insane editing the next episode. Good night.
We're just too funny not to record, see?
Of course, dude. Dick and balls.
You know James Stewart. Dick and balls in your mouth, huh? Oh.
Sound like Harlan Williams.
I don't know who that is. For everyone who can't see what we're doing, like on Spotify instead of YouTube, so for our $50 patrons, in this case Violet Verte, one of the benefits that they get is that we make a bust of their face, and it's going to be on set for every episode from now on. And so we're trying to find a way to set it up in my camera space. Have you seen the bust yet? Did I show you the bust?
Yeah, I saw. That's impressive. Did you sculpt that yourself, or?
Yeah, I chiseled it out of soap.
Chiseled it out of soap.
Chiseled it out of my prison soap. Pulled it out of my ass and started chiseling.
Ooh, that's fresh.
Ooh, it's green. Ew. Am I just going to hold it the whole time? You can put it on like a locket around my neck. Oh, how do I stick it to my... Ooh, can I get a command strip and like stick it to my shoulder?
Will it stick?
No, it will not. There's no way.
The first laugh, that thing's going flying.
No kidding, because I'm like...
You need like a little table to put just in the back right behind you in front of your closet.
Is that like Bach?
Is it Bach? No. Idiot.
It's Beethoven.
It's a Mozart.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's Einstein.
It doesn't look like it has his hair.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, huh? Yeah, it does. Look. It's his little wavy... Shut up.
His hair goes out like...
Fuck you, okay?
He's not sticking out his tongue.
Oh, I made dinner for my parents. Shut up, dude.
I was just cutting vegetables.
Do you have like a little tablecloth?
Do I have a doily?
Just like put a blanket on it.
I got this. Wait.
Dude, that's gonna make it look...
$50 a month, and this is what you're doing.
I know, I'm like...
Yeah!
I think Nick meant to cover the book.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. You mean you don't want your bust on a Calc 1 book? Okay, let me think about this for a second.
Do you have like a blanket?
Like a shirt. Or a blanket.
Ah, here we go.
The wrinkliest.
What'd you say?
The most wrinkled piece of fabric in your house.
I'm sorry.
You're like, here it is, and it's just a crumpled up napkin, and I'm like, oh.
Okay, fine. Fuck off. Hold on. I sleep naked with this at night.
Pick out the pubes.
Shut up. Now put the wrinkled one over that. Never know when you'll need a wrinkled tarp. Am I right?
Why is that in a drawer?
Oh, it smells bad.
Yeah, it's like mildewy, dude.
Maybe I shouldn't have kept my outside drapes in a drawer.
There we go. Oh yeah, get your shoes off the bed.
My flat little donkey shoes.
Please be careful when you giggle.
Why would you say that? Oh, we have a new guest on today's podcast. Is it? Woo! Could you see who it is from that far away?
No.
Not at all. Green
it is
Man.
our $50 patron, Violet Verte, on a bust
gosh.
of Einstein. Yes, because big brain, green,
Looks just
green
like them.
peas. It does, right? It's almost as if you could see from that far away. I definitely didn't just pull that blanket from a mildewy drawer. I'm just kidding. I walked in, like, from after I printed that sheet. I'm in a rush. I walk in, and I forget I have a coat rack. I just bought a coat rack from IKEA, and it's, like, right inside to the left of the door, and it has, coats on it. So every time I've walked in the door now for the last week, I've shit myself because it looks like a 7-foot tall person. Literally, each time. I literally made that sound, and I felt like a fucking moron. In case anyone else is in the hallway, I have to go, after I just go,
clearing my throat.
Man, wonder what that was. Anyway, who left this shit on the floor?
Yeah. How do those lofts work where, like, the elevators go straight to the people's, like, rooms?
I have no idea what you're talking about. What?
Everybody get a separate living room?
It pops up. No, so Lively, explain what you mean, like what you're talking about.
Oh, like rich people in,
Simplify
like, in
big money people.
big money havers.
I'm following now.
That, like, in like cities and stuff, like
Simplify
New
it again.
York, they'll have basically like a house inside of an apartment complex. So it's like they'll have like 2 or 3 stories, but like they take the elevator up to like their living room.
Kind of
That's like where it opens up. Like there's not like
Just stop. Let her talk. My goodness.
there's not like a hall that leads to it. It's like it opens directly to their room.
Yeah, I've seen it in movies that, like, they get out the elevator and they're literally in their living room. And I'm like, so what happens if you just, like, go to another floor, accidentally? You just open the door and it's just, post a post-it note that says, not this floor.
Not that
No.
one.
Knock it off.
There's no sex happening on this floor. Don't look.
It opens, you see someone's bare ass, and you're like, oh.
So,
Not
that's
even
what
doing
I'm
anything.
Might
They're
just
just
look
standing.
seven.
They're waiting at all times.
Plunge.
Just a fart. Holding the fart in, waiting for someone to come to the door. I knew you'd come.
It's disgusting.
Ew. I'm going to come back for this floor. I like how this time Lively and I are like, we're not washing our hair. We're just going to put on a hat. Nick's like, bozos.
You absolute goons.
I'll put on this. This is actually a child beanie, and it fit me, so I was like,
Stretching it to its limits.
yeah. It's like a baby one, like actually, like it's like
It's a baby one.
What? It's a preemie baby hat.
baby.
Lively's actually 2 foot tall.
No, my doctor, like when they measured my head, when I had like, they were like, "What's up with this hole in your head?" Right? They were like, "You know, you have like the average circumference of a 3-year-old's head," and I was like, "Nope, I didn't know that." But now
wait, how old were you?
13. I haven't grown at all since then, so.
So what you're saying? And since then you were at 3 years old, you haven't grown since you were 3 years old. Is what you're saying?
I guess my
That's what I'm
head.
hearing.
My head, yeah.
We see her and it's just a toddler.
My ass has grown. My head, not so much.
Nope. I've got the face of a toddler, but the body of an adult woman.
I've never seen any of
Thanks for
these toddlers that
specifying.
look like that.
This adult looks babyish, but only with their head size.
That is the worst thing to hear from anyone. Imagine you're in a store, that person looks babyish. I'd cry,
That happens
dude.
to me. That's why I
walk
keep the
out.
beard.
No one says that. No one
Yes,
says
they
that.
have. I literally was visiting back at home, and someone was like, "Oh, Daniel, he's just a skinny little child." And I was like, "All right." And then I beat the shit out of her with my beard. Oh, did I tell you guys this? I started seeing the one in Chicago now.
Really?
So basically, my specialist in Chicago is for my ulcerative colitis. But they emailed me one day and they were like, okay, we have an in-house psychologist that like deals with issues specifically to like the gut shit. But anyway, they had 2 options and I was like, I do not want the dude if I can help it. So I like, I'm just saying, I don't want to.
Women.
Yeah, I need an excuse to talk to more girls.
My psychologist in my therapist in St. Louis is a guy and he's actually really good. But anyway, no, it was just like, anyway, so I told Juliana this. I got on the call expecting what her name, I'm not gonna say her name, and it was just like this guy like staring. I was like, ah,
You're not a girl.
take off your shirt. I knew it. No, but like he was like, oh, it was so awkward because he was like, well, I didn't sign up for him, right? So he was doing like the intro, like work, like your name, your address, and all that shit. And he was like, okay, well, so we're gonna start in January with the first session. You can either continue with me, maybe, or you can, pick the other person. I was like, the other person, and he was like, oh, are you sure you don't? I was like, yeah, the other person.
Turns into Morty.
I felt so. Oh, jeez, Rick. Oh, this is a bad reference to make now, isn't it?
I saw I was looking at something online and it was like in the clearance section it was like Rick and Morty stuff and I was like
I saw
It's
someone
happening.
someone at a weed shop. It was like there was like a beginning 5 seconds where they were like, the Justin Roiland thing is what 9/11 is to vape shops. And it's a dude in a vape shop like looking around, he like pulls up his sleeve, he's got like a Rick tattoo, and he's like, we have so much to get rid of now, hurry.
No.
He's like, just turn on the
Vape
news,
shops?
any channel.
Vape shops are disgusting, dude. Have you ever been to one? They'll have like bootleg Rick and
a
Morty
couple
merch
times.
where they're like smoking joints. It's disgusting.
Yes.
Who made
Fine.
that?
We have one like bougie one in my town and then one like kind of sus one, but everybody that I know likes going to the bougie one where it has like all this glass stuff everywhere. And one time somebody drove like a car into the front of the glass one and I was like,
Whoa,
Nice. Gotta get that vape.
I don't know anything about Rick and Morty, but like, is it done? Like, was it done before this happened, or is it still going?
It's
No,
still a
it's still
thing,
going.
but now because of all of the incidents going on with both creators,
Yeah, beat people up. He's an asshole.
I think they're gonna probably replace Justin Roiland in terms of voicing the characters with like an impressionist. So
I was gonna say, the problem is he voices everybody on the fucking show. That's a
Yeah.
problem.
voices both characters. So.
yeah, the main-
Rick
No, okay.
and Morty.
So I think what they should do is,
All right,
they should
Daniel,
just
it's time to audition.
Yeah, dude.
right.
He's like,
I can do
exactly.
Rick. I'm a pickle.
Burp.
I'm a cucumber.
Let me hear your burp. That's how it sounds.
My neighbor's like,
There he goes again.
Oh, there he goes again. They just come in with a gun. Please stop. No. I think what they should do is they should just tell everyone that they're picking random celebrities, like not even ones that are close to them, just picking random voice actors to play random people. Don't tell
Elon
anyone
Musk.
what the casting is, and then they start the season, and then we just get to explore. We just get to see who's who. I think that would actually sell.
Like
You just-
the voice of the mom is just a man.
The voice of the mom is like John Mulaney.
Yeah.
What's up with those pickles? I don't know. I don't watch the show.
I drink wine.
Who would Rick be? I'm trying to think of like actual funny voice actors. I can't think of any.
I can't think of a single
Yikes.
one.
That was a very long pause.
I know, and I was like, that's sad. Daniel's like,
I watch voice acting constantly, and I can't
Yeah,
think of a
Daniel's
single
like-
fucking thing.
He's like, I respect the craft of voice acting a lot, and then he's like, a funny one?
Mm.
Couldn't
Oh,
tell you
No
though.
kidding. A talented one. Me.
There's me. You can pick me to voice every character.
No, I was trying to think of like Danny DeVito is Rick, and I don't know.
So people who are just regular actors.
Idris Elba is Morty.
Oh. I'd listen to that.
I would listen to that. Amy Schumer's the mom.
Amy Schumer. This is a rough take. You can even tell my Lively's face, dude.
I'd rather have Justin Roiland play the mom again.
Bring Justin back.
I'd rather have a criminal come back instead of Amy. I gotta be honest. Yeah, that was like, geez. I mean, it was like, I don't want to
Oh,
get into it.
jeez, Rick.
I
Stop.
was saying something like that to my
Stop.
brother literally like 2-3 days ago, and then my brother was like, "Oh, you can't be saying stuff like that now," and I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "Wubba lubba dub dub," and then he was like, "No, you can't say that now," and he's like, I was like, "Wait, why?" And then he's like, "You didn't hear about the scandal that broke like 2 days ago," and I was like, "Nope," and then
Well,
I
there
saw
was
it, like,
two that were back to back.
yeah, and then after
But
that,
I mean, isn't
saw,
it like charges though? It's not even like someone said this. Isn't it like they're literally charging him with fucking
Oh, wait,
like false imprisonment and shit?
Wait, do you know about the second one or no?
The second what?
There's two separate things that are going on with Justin Roiland right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought there was domestic abuse and there was false imprisonment, right? Isn't it?
Okay.
No, is there more?
That's
Okay.
There's like
one.
harassment online.
What's the other one?
Talking to minors and flirting with
Yeah,
them in DMs.
That's the one. That's the
Yeah.
one.
Ew.
And
He
sending
didn't-
like
it was all,
and sending like slurs to them. Being
yeah,
like,
and
"Be a
he's like,
slave."
What?
you should be a sex slave, and like crazy things like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I was like,
No, he didn't. What?
Yeah.
How have you not seen this?
How have you not seen it?
All the DMs are leaking.
I deleted
dude.
Twitter a long time ago.
I know,
I've
but it
seen
hit
it on
the news. I
Instagram.
heard, yeah.
I'm 2 days behind on Philly DeFranco, so you know I may not have gotten to
That's
that
why.
day
That's
yet.
why. It's in the
That's
news.
why.
also.
I'm gonna text you guys in the gym tonight at 1 a.m. and be like, oh, guess what just happened?
You're what? Justin Roiland?
You know what happened? The only time I ever watched him do anything was when was that meme review he did with Elon Musk. You remember that?
I never
That
saw
was
that.
weird. That was so long ago.
Both of those people have aged poorly.
All right. What a terrible meme review.
Daniel,
Goodness.
Daniel.
What? What?
Turn around.
It didn't even
Oh.
fall off. It was like
It tumbled so dramatically.
it did.
You assholes made it sound like someone was crawling out of my closet. Fuck you.
Daniel, behind you.
Violet, no. Shoo. I can't do
No,
that.
leave it, please. Bring back the shoe. It's funny.
Bring back the shoe. I feel bad.
The shoe is more secure.
Wait,
It's okay. It's okay.
Stop.
No,
Stop.
to fall on the bus now.
This is a shoe.
Not if I balance it out.
Oh.
You look psychotic. Just a whole Logan poster.
Oh.
We're so stupid. I don't know. Segway. You know GrubHub?
Yeah, you know that commercial where they're like dancing with the burgers?
I hated
I hate that
that commercial so
commercial.
much.
I hate it.
I haven't seen that one.
If you looked it up on YouTube, it had so many dislikes to likes.
Yes.
Well, this must have been a while
I
ago, like before
hate
they
it.
had dislike
Oh,
and like
this,
taken
yeah,
away.
This is before they took it away.
Okay.
It was like the beginning. It was like the beginning of COVID when everybody was stuck at home and that commercial would
We're just
come on
forced to
like
watch it.
every other commercial.
Oh,
And it-
I remember what you're talking
And it
about
was
now.
just
It's
like
this
the
little animated
thrusting
family.
dad.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
a
was
bunch
like-
of people. And they're all dancing because of burgers, and it's very
Yeah.
off-putting.
Yeah,
Way too happy over a hot dog.
yeah. I
I
don't
mean,
like
they
the
get-
I
dad.
got a salad, and they're like moving their hips. Like, relax,
Yeah.
buddy.
Wasn't there like weird music and stuff?
Yeah. I
can't
couldn't
remember
tell you
now.
what
This
the
is all
music
coming back
was,
to
but
me.
it was like, and I'm like,
It was
no.
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, that made it worse.
I'm in love with your body. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Shut up, Ed!
Everyone's like, oh.
Dude, you're getting a little close to your neck with
Yeah,
them.
relax with
You're
the
like,
scissors, buddy.
yeah, I was
Put
like,
them in the other room.
Anyway, GrubHub.
Uh-huh.
No. I was talking about. So I saw a new ad today that was almost as off-putting because it was only like 5 seconds. I was left with so many questions.
There's just
They
somebody
literally-
screaming. Ah! And then the 2 minutes stop.
GrubHub.
Burger?
What's with the? Okay, so first of all, like the common ones I see now are like someone's whispering in someone's ear. They're like, GrubHub delivers convenience items, and they're like,
What?
GrubHub delivers convenience items, and then I'm like, huh? That's it?
I haven't seen any of these.
They were targeting the ASMR community.
No,
It's
no,
like it's like companies when they're really behind on memes and they try to
Yeah.
like incorporate something.
You're right. No,
Yeah,
so the one
they're
I
like,
saw, the
Internet
one I-
kids like this, right?
Ain't
Yeah.
nobody got time for that.
Bumble's like,
was-
you guys like silent ads, right? Like no sound, no anything. Date.
Kiss a little.
Go fuck someone in the city.
Pick up a needle.
Stop! Get away from me.
It's just the B movie. What?
What does that mean?
Dude, I had to explain to kids on Instagram what fucking B movie is. I made a fucking B movie reference and everyone's like, the guy from Family Guy. I'm like,
What?
oh,
Family Guy?
kill me.
That's not even close.
Wait, who do they think you were? Wait,
That
what?
or they're like Kronk, and I'm like, I was doing Ken from B Movie, you know B Movie.
Oh, they
right?
thought you
I
were
thought you were
Joe
doing-
Swanson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I thought people were joking,
I thought you
like,
were doing
oh, it's the same
Seinfeld, and I
voice.
was like,
Yeah, I thought you were doing Seinfeld, and they thought
No.
I was like,
What?
You know that Seinfeld character? He sounds an awful lot like Patrick Warburton.
yeah, I was like, oh.
Hey, Spa.
I thought they were trying to say that Seth and MacFarlane and him sounded like identical. Like, I was like,
Kramer, you can't mix up the llama juice with the poison. Oh no, Kramer.
don't say the N-word.
Only I can date 14-year-olds. Yeah, don't say anything. Everyone's disgusting.
Hey, man,
Why
let's
is it
go to
like
the Laugh
this?
Factory.
Stop! Dude, that was such a... I went like when I was... I forget how young I was when I found out like that happened, because I was like, I like Seinfeld. My mom was like, look at this guy. I was like,
You sure
oh!
about that?
You like this guy with the wacky hair right here?
Okay, so what's crazy is, you know, like how that happened? That was like, what, 2008, 2009, around there?
Yeah.
I remember
Sure.
distinctly, like, growing up in high school, there was always Kramer merch everywhere, like FYE.
Yeah. The posters.
Topic. Yeah, the posters, the big famous portrait.
Yeah.
Why?
The portrait.
You would think that, like, that would end any, like, production of that, you know?
You would think. And they were like,
Nope.
more.
Yeah, and then suddenly I saw people with like that photo like on their walls in the background, like
Yeah,
behind
always.
like content
Wait, what
creators'
photo?
walls, and I was like,
The
portrait
that
of
we were
him.
talking
Oh, I thought you meant like a photo from him at the Laugh Factory, and I was like, fucking damn.
just
Holy
specifically
shit,
a
who has
screen
that
grab.
on the wall? He's got his finger up and everything, and you're like, whoa.
That guy.
Yikes. Oh, goodness gracious. No, we're talking about GrubHub, man.
Give
about.
me
Anyway,
just
back to
wanted to-
GrubHub.
I wish we were sponsored by GrubHub. I just wanted to say, the ad I saw was literally like 7 seconds long, and someone's like shutting the door to a little like gingerbread house, except it's a chicken nugget. And then they zoom out, and it's just this house made of like rotting chicken nuggets. And they were like, GrubHub. And I was like, what?
That doesn't
House
make
of
sense.
Flesh.
I don't think
House
you were
of
supposed
Flesh.
to see.
Build a chicken house.
Mm.
What?
Now we'd like to take
It's
a
their
second to
flesh.
thank our sponsor GrubHub, and we're gonna describe all of their ads for you guys now.
The chicken mother's watching that ad.
Was that an actual ad or a parody? Like on TikTok?
No, it was an actual ad. Like it was an
did
actual
you see
house made
this?
of chicken nuggets. It was an ad on YouTube before a video.
I'm
The
Googling
video
Someone
started.
Okay, that means two things. Someone pitched this, and then
Yeah.
a team was so tired of everything, they're like, just make it. I don't care. Whatever. Do whatever you want.
They're all bound and gagged. Some guy's like, and then they make a house of chicken, yeah? And everyone's like, and he's like, I
He's
like
saying,
that too.
"Mhm."
I like that too.
We like it. We like it.
Gonna pass it right along.
That's so horrifying.
Hello?
I want
The
a
voices.
20 piece, please.
I forgot I had the earbud there, so I just like knocked that thing into my ear.
I cannot find this chicken nugget one, but I found this
Stop.
one.
Get it. Stop.
I hate
No,
you.
turn it off.
Oh, speaking of chicken, so I went to an open mic. This actually has a
And
tie
they
into
started doing
chicken.
the chicken dance.
No. I went to an open mic, and Nick warned me what open mics would be like, so I was a little ready.
Daniel's never been to one, and he's about to do one in like a week.
Not an open mic. We're doing an actual show. I'd rather I'm not doing an open mic.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'd have been fine doing it because you just have to like. The thing was like the people were going up there and like expecting the crowd to interact, and I was like, "Is this your?" I've not even done this before,
That's
and I
like
know
a
this isn't how this
classic
works.
move,
You
yeah.
know, like they're like they'll say a joke and they'll wait like 10 seconds and be like, "Huh, oh."
Or they'll ask like a question. That's like a very common.
Yeah.
How are we feeling? Yo, make some noise if you're in a relationship right now. Shout out to all the mothers. Like, what?
Yeah, so like, and you know, the 15th shout out to the person with a birthday that's in the center, you know, like, oh, it's your birthday? Yeah, like the last 5 people have said, you know. But I mean, like, the best people that went up, like, were people that, like, they weren't waiting for anything. Like, even though they were good and people were actually laughing, you almost couldn't even tell because, like, they just weren't, they weren't rushing, but they were just going through their story like they were just, you know, they could have been, anything would have been in front of them. They weren't
pause
waiting.
for a laugh and you don't know exactly if they're gonna laugh or not.
Exactly. You don't. And that was the best part with that guy was that, like, he waited just enough to then like keep the bit going a few more times, you know. So no, a couple people did really good. There was one guy that went up. I felt bad. The one guy went up, and at the end he's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna get off the stage and serve you guys the rest of your drinks because because I thought he was just making a joke, like he was like looked like
the waiter.
He was actually the waiter. He comes up behind me.
The waiter went up. No,
he's only working there to get chance.
No,
because he came up behind me as the people are still going, and I'm sitting with a couple people, and he like leans in behind me, and he's like, "Can I get you anything?" And I was like, "Yo."
I thought that was a bit.
I was like, "Yo, what the fuck you doing?" No, he was like, "Can I get you anything?" And I took like a double take, and I was like, "No, I'm good." And he was like, "No, but can I get you anything?" And I was like, "I'm good, dude." I like came in late, and there was like no cover charge. I'm like, "I'm just gonna sit down." And he was like, "No, like there's a 2-drink minimum." And I was like,
"Yeah,
oh,
true."
Just fucking say so.
There's 2-drink minimums out.
I was like,
he was like, "Do you want anything? Like even a Sprite?" And I was like, "Yeah, give me a Sprite."
And they're like,
never had Sprite before. I realized it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Sprite.
Sprite actually tastes pretty good.
Yummy.
Hot take. I'm addicted to Sprite. This is Sprite.
I fill all my water bottles with Sprite so people think I'm healthy.
I'm actually glad.
I pee crystallized stones.
Crystal Light? Yeah.
Sprite. Well, where to go? I'm holding it, right?
Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal Pepsi.
Why is it like purple?
Wait, so did you go that time or no? You just watched and observed?
No, I just watched. Yeah, I didn't have any bits like. Well, because like, and again, like, I mean, some people also do it to like test out like what a bit sounds like on stage, but like, not like I'm gonna be good at it, but I think like I know what it's gonna sound like. I've been on stage. I know like how to hold the microphone and things. I don't know. So
2 hands and like this.
Please laugh.
Yeah,
lively. Knock it off.
What did she do? I missed it.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
That's
Shame
proper
on you.
mic technique.
Did she flip me off?
No.
Oh yeah, don't jerk the mic around. Is it still recording to Audacity? I'm
I
scared.
No,
I
she
didn't
did not.
grab my actual mic.
I'm getting her in trouble. I'm sorry.
I thought you meant she grabbed her mic and was like, I was like, nah!
Yeah, I did.
Pain. No, okay. So for anyone who didn't know already, so Nick and I went to an old friend of mine from Chicago. We went to his stand-up show in Chicago, and basically he talked about how he lucked into an opportunity with like where that was because he like met one of these comics after a show. So the comedian's name is Vic Pandia. Actually, really good. You can look him up on Instagram. But he's actually here with me today. Bound and gagged. No. So, but anyway, so Justin's gonna be like rotating between like Chicago, St. Louis, and New York now on weekends. So he's doing a show in St. Louis.
To be doing that every weekend.
So he's doing one in St. Louis, and he asked me to co-headline. So that's gonna be February 11th. And
get your tickets now.
That was 24.
Well, I was going to say, by the time this comes out, tickets will be out for this. So you can check, I don't know, we'll put them in the bio. They'll be in my, my Instagram and stuff.
Strangers, please go to this and be hecklers.
No,
shut
please
the
don't
fuck
heckle
up.
him. Please don't.
I did prepare some Heckler jokes just in case.
Oh, no.
It's just me crying.
If I wanted to come back, I'd ask your mother.
I can cry on command.
Julianna Seth Rogen laugh.
That's not
That's funny. Anyway, so that'll be February 11th at like 8. Yeah, we're still at
We're at. Tell them where.
The venue changed after we recorded the episode, but it's going to be at the Sliced Pint on Washington in downtown St. Louis. Anyway, but we're doing 2 shows that night, and it's probably going to be 50 tickets each. We were going to do, Justin was going to do one Saturday and one Sunday, and he said Sunday, and I was like, something in my inner body says something's going on. I don't watch
the Lord's
sports.
Day.
Not that. Church.
It's the day of rest.
I gotta go.
No, but it's Super Bowl Sunday the next day. I was like,
empty room. No one's gonna be there.
Well, and Justin doesn't watch sports either. So you got two dudes that are skinny and bully because we didn't do sports, and we're like, nothing's going on Sunday. Yeah, the biggest sporting event of the fucking year. Yeah, fucking damn it. So we were like, Justin's like, do you think You think anyone's gonna be there? And they're like, no. He was like, he was like,
even people who don't watch sports are gonna be watching the commercials. So yeah.
He was like, you think if I called it a bomb threat to the stadium?
Oh my God.
There's 40 pounds of TNT under the 40-foot line. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up, stupid.
And then it becomes the Batman movie when Bane blows up like the football.
Yeah, basically. I thought you were talking about the new one, and I was like, when did Riddler blow up a...
Something!
Something!
Oh, God!
My ass!
You know, the Batman music.
I can't believe you called it Batman
I can't believe you said that. I was like,
Nirvana.
I was gonna say, dude, everyone from Seattle like burst a blood vessel when you said that. Everyone's like, stop.
Are they from Seattle?
Nirvana's like quintessential like Seattle.
Can you just stop doing that to me? Don't lick that face at me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Like,
don't make that face. Don't make that face at me. Don't make the face like my therapist makes. You're messed up.
You wanted to stand up what?
Dude, where was I? Where I saw the people riding a fucking motorized unicycle to deliver food.
You were with me.
Yeah, what the hell was up with that?
It's like I see that
I've
on
never
the
seen that before.
Yeah, he's never seen like a solo wheel, so he was like...
Yeah, I've seen those.
I didn't.
He went full ape mode. Easy, buddy, easy.
I were in the car, just like, oh.
You just put a banana in your mouth and you're like, shh.
I almost knocked over the shoes. That would have been terrible. Yeah, I'm worried about our patrons' head. Thank you very much. Okay, well, that sounds weird.
Their head.
We want our patrons to get good head, okay? Everybody. Not from us. Not from us. That would be weird.
You can really see how small it is in relation to the shoes now. Like,
it's not one shoe. I mean, it's 4.
It's not even like the height of one shoe.
Yes, it is. What are you talking about? It's literally taller than the shoe. It's like an inch taller than the bottom
It's a shoe and a quarter of a shoe.
I will fucking kill you.
Okay.
Julian's like, even, I'm weak as fuck and I can still take you. My body doesn't work. I could spray him.
I could what?
Am I an octopus? What?
Animal reference.
Did you say animal reference into this?
Are you talking about my shit?
Yeah.
If it was squirters, if it was shit,
Okay.
I couldn't tell what he was referencing at all.
Look, if I ever referenced one of those things does not belong. And it's the puke.
One of these things is not like the others.
Squirters! It's that one. Yeah.
That was like in high school. All my guy friends used to think that all women squirt. And like one time at lunch,
threw
we
me
were
off
like,
so
nope.
hard with that. I'm sorry. That was in high school. I don't do that anymore. Who's a phase?
I literally thought you were saying that. You were like, yeah, that was high school, dude.
I've changed. My body's gone through changes.
Just pee.
I just pee now.
I'm a millennial. Now we stream. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna do so good at stand-up.
Audible groans from everyone.
Yeah, I hope a good amount of people come to St. Louis, especially after I've actually individually messaged people, and I'm like, hey, so now it's gonna be.
Hey, that's all you say.
That's all I say.
I'm from
Don't talk to me again.
Albany.
I just don't know very many people here in St. Louis, so I was just like, well, better text everyone I've ever known the last 5 years.
You look up St. Louis on Instagram, click on tagged photos, and start messaging everyone.
I start going in the comments of every post.
Are you a local or are you just taking a picture of the arch?
It's just me standing at the arch, yelling for people, hey!
Waiting.
Honestly, good publicity stunt.
Stand there with a big sign.
They'll be like, oh, you're the TikTok guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about this. So Justin and I, when we went to this open mic here in St. Louis the other night, we went with a friend of his. I won't say her name, but afterwards we were having dinner. All three of us.
No free clout.
Yeah, I know.
I just don't want to call people out, But no, so we were out to dinner at this
This
place.
is an embarrassing story about her.
It's not an embarrassing.
She's a
She
loser.
was terrible.
She
Quite
thought she
probably
was
the
funny.
biggest loser I've ever seen, okay?
No, so we were eating dinner, and Justin was like, "Oh, this guy, he's on TikTok. He's big on TikTok. He made some videos you might have seen." I'm like, "She's not seen anything I've fucking done." And he's like, "Yeah, well," he's talking to her now. He's like, "Yeah, well, have you seen one with an arch, with a handle per se?" And she goes,
She's like, I have seen that one.
No! No!
Hell
"Fuck
no.
no." His face is funny, but
Boy,
What are you talking about?
ugly.
so she told me to put in my username on her phone, and so she looked at like one of my pinned posts is the arch video, and she had already liked the video, so she had already seen it. She's like, I remember this now. Anyway, so that was kind of funny. That was that's all I had. That was cool.
I want you to be the face of St. Louis now. Like, I want people to be
That's
like,
my goal. That's my goal
this is
now.
the guy. This is the St. Louis fella. That's the one.
I hope I just continually get DMs of people licking the arch. I hope that because of my videos, we start another plague. That would be hilarious.
No thanks.
Trace it back to people at the arch.
You should just rub like arsenic like on the surface
Okay,
of it.
Lively, relax. We're not trying to hurt anyone.
What did she say?
She wanted you to rub arsenic on the arch.
No.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that.
Why was that so cynical? What is that?
Charge old people at the arch to go see the arch. That would be.
I'm standing in front of the
something-
arch.
Isn't that like a federal crime?
Since they have people patrolling the park, yeah. Because it's a national park, so they have full-on rangers driving on the fucking sidewalks because there's no
It's a national
roads
park?
to the arch. Yeah, it's a national park. They have protections and grizzly bears and everything. It's but they're in
Wait.
cages. But
Wait, what?
Wait.
you don't know about this?
No, I thought this was just like a park in the middle of a city.
No, I'm completely making that up. Yeah, no, it's just like in the middle of the city. There's no bears.
Just gaslighting us.
There's no
There's
bears.
bears.
That's...
They're in cages. What?
I was
Wouldn't
like,
that be
don't
hilarious, though? Just you go downtown, you're walking...
I was like, don't you live like 3 blocks from this place? You just walk outside your apartment building and there's
Wouldn't that be
grizzly
hilarious?
bears
Dude, if I
walking
could, if I could go for lunch and walk 5 minutes and see a bear, that's awesome. As long as it's in a cage.
by. As long as it's
Animal
being
abuse.
caged and not free.
the arch and the bears.
And no bears.
The bears.
The bears. Well, I'm gonna go kill myself now. There were so many people that ended their open mic with that. I was like, haha, okay, but don't actually.
You're like,
A little
haha,
worried.
too many comedians do that. Don't do that, guys.
I have I have like suicide 988 cards in my wallet and like handing them out to people. Come on, this.
You scared me so much at first.
Why? What did I say?
Suicide. I was like, whoa! I was taking a dark turn. I have suicidal thoughts sometimes, but when I went to the, it's like, whoa.
But when I'm
dude.
up on
When I went
stage,
to the arch and saw a bear, I thought, I want to die right here. I don't want to live anymore. Not in a world with bears at the arch. I don't like it.
I don't want to be alive. That's gonna be your like entry song.
Suicide went to 0 when that song.
Oh my
was.
gosh, who sang that? I forgot about that song.
Logic.
Yeah.
I'm biracial.
Biracial.
Isn't it the suicide
Yeah, and they changed the number
It's just the
because
number.
of it.
What's it called when you stop the suicide prevention? Yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
Suicide stoppy number.
Stop me. Oh,
If you want the suicide go number, just call me.
Do it.
I was at like a leadership
Bet you
convention
won't.
once. Yeah, I was at a
Terrible.
leadership convention once, and like one of the kids like that they did their skits on was like suicidal, and the kid was straight up like, "Yeah, we're gonna do one where it's like, oh, go call the suicide number," and then like the person on the other end was like, "Yeah, do it," and then they're like, "Oh no, I called the wrong one," and I was like, "Why are they doing this at a leadership conference?"
Yo, what?
And then
Huh?
and then the kid, no joke, the kid was sitting on a chair and he threw it across the room and people couldn't tell if it was part of the skit or not anymore because then he went and called the girl that he wanted to ask to prom and she said no, right? And so then he threw the chair.
I'm
We
so
couldn't
lost.
tell-
I don't know what's going
Bro,
on.
what is going on? I feel like I'm
Everybody
in a
was doing-
dream.
everybody was doing skits, right? And they were all very lighthearted skits.
Okay.
So like the event is called Ryla, right? And then one of the kids did like one of the groups did Uptown Funk, but they were like Ryla in the house, Ryla in the house, say what? Yeah, and it was like stupid stuff like that, right? All super calm.
That makes me want to kill myself. I'll be honest.
I know why they called the number.
Yeah, all super calm skits, and then they go and they do their skit. I don't even remember what the theme of theirs is, but like the kid who was like, yeah, I'm suicidal, I'm gonna be the director of this, everybody needs to listen to me, I have a lot of emotions and a lot of artistic direction. And everybody's like, okay. And then the kid, he was one of those people who had like the hair in their face, you know, like you could never see their eyes, because yeah, he was one of those. And
me when I was 18.
he threw the chair into the wall, right? So like we couldn't tell if he was acting.
Sorry, did he break the wall?
Yeah, he made a big fucking hole in the wall.
It bounces off and just clocks him right in the head again. That'd be funny.
Yeah, but me and my friend were sitting there like trying not to laugh because we couldn't tell if he was acting or like having a breakdown. And then and we were like, ugh. And then he threw the chair into the wall.
I hope you weren't like that.
It made a big hole in the wall. He started punching the wall, making the hole bigger, and then he started punching his fist into the cement, making his fist bleed like on the ground.
Yeah, I don't think that's a part of
this.
the
Was not a
anymore.
fucking bit, dude.
Yeah,
you
that
started off at the beginning. I was like, that could have been a skit. Okay,
no,
that probably.
So
okay, no.
Then he shot himself in the head, and then he laid motionless on the stage for a while.
Oh, yeah,
After about 20 minutes, we thought maybe it's not a bit anymore.
Yeah, when he started damaging the property at PLU, we were like,
I don't call someone.
No.
He's trying to light a rag in a bottle. You're like, maybe we should do something.
Yeah, maybe we should do something. And he kept like throwing chairs and stuff, and everybody was like getting scared because he was starting to get.
They're still watching, like.
Yeah, because we were all just
Art.
seated. And like he started getting closer to like the front row of kids, and then like this guy who was like a really big football player like went and just tackled him, and they had to call like an ambulance. And
I'm sorry. So do you still think this is a bit?
No,
okay,
I didn't think it was a
just
bit
sure.
since the wall hit, like the chair hit the wall.
Okay. You were just describing what you were feeling in the moment. I thought you were literally asking us. I don't know. Is it a bit? You decide.
Is it a bit?
No.
I don't know. No, like me and my friend we couldn't tell at first because like it was just him like screaming. And I was like, oh, is he that upset about the girl saying no? This guy's a pretty good actor, I guess. Like he said, he had an artistic direction going on for him. He wasn't lying. And then, no, he started throwing shit. And almost assaulted.
Oh, right then.
Like paling
gosh.
With chairs and stuff. So, yeah, it was crazy.
Well, that sounds fun.
It was really fun, though. And then, like, I had to go upstairs to go,
Was it?
I had to go use a separate bathroom, and one of the leaders thought I was trying to sneak into the boys' area and, like, sleep with guys, because I guess a bunch of people had tried to do that night. And I was like, I'm literally going to this bathroom that's far away from everyone, so I can loudly go diarrhea. Okay? And then the leader was like, oh. I was like, I'm literally running to this bathroom because I have to shit right now.
Somebody making stink.
Yeah, and then they had a dance there, like on the last night we had like a prom type thing, and these were all like leadership type student people, and they were all like twerking on each other and like grinding on each other in front of these adults at the event, and I was like, oh, people really be horny at this event, huh?
That was like every high school dance.
I'm just imagining just really music. People are dancing in the circle, and then off to the side, this kid's still throwing chairs against the wall, just freaking out, going full Kermit in the corner.
Right, so there was like a Canadian girl who fell asleep like early when we had free time to just chill, and she like started talking in her sleep and was like sitting up in her sleep and was like and like saying weird stuff and like moaning like that, and we were like, what? And so me and my friend went over there because the girl was moaning really loud, and then one of the other Canadian girls was like, no, one of the other Canadian girls was like, oi, she's fingering you, and I was like, what? And I guess that's slang for pointing at somebody, but me and my friend were like, oh, because there was just a girl moaning really loud over there, and she was talking about corn, and she's like, I really want buttered corn, and I was like, what's I was like, the Canadian kids are really weird. I don't want to see them.
Quick, someone give him syrup.
Quick. They're having
just like
withdrawals.
syrup corn. Yum. You reminded me of the lock-ins that we did for like the church camps when we were like young kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say it felt similar to that, but we were all like close to 18, so it was like a bunch of like people at peak like hormones.
Horniness,
and I was
yeah. Not great.
And then there was like there were like the seniors like who were 18 hitting on like the freshmen, and I'm like,
yucky.
Ew.
There's that one video of like a super senior, and he's he's cradling some freshmen. It's the worst thing I've ever seen ever. Dude looks like he's in his 20s.
What are you?
It's disgusting.
Ew.
It was on TikTok. They're just
Yeah.
using,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
wacky
yeah.
sound effects.
yeah, I've seen that. When they're like, is that allowed? Is that allowed? And they're just
I'm fine.
making out in Starbucks or whatever. And then they're like, the girl's
yeah.
like, can you leave us alone?
Who's Germa?
Stop! Everyone calls you Germa in your comments.
They
Dude.
do. I don't know what it means. I mean, I could have just. I mean, I know. I googled.
You're
the
calling
face,
me a
so
germ? Am I dirty?
it-
What does this mean?
I googled the face. I don't really look like him, but like the internet
Did
on
you look
internet,
up the
internet
sus Among Us
Yeah,
face?
did you look up
The-
the Sus Among Us face?
the internet history on people that originated from the internet is so
Dense.
reliable. I wanted to talk to people that would actually give me like a straight answer on like what the originating thing was on this.
You ever see his like baseball his softball tournament thing or whatever?
No, I literally have never seen him before until people had told me to look him up.
It's not a bad thing, Daniel.
He's a very, very popular streamer who's actually funny.
You mean this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wang! Tink tink.
Whoa.
Great. Are you referencing a video?
Among Us.
You don't know the Among Us
Among
sound
Us.
effect? Among Us.
Among Us.
Him?
Yeah, Germa.
Germa, wait a minute, was that just Willem Dafoe like and Germa combined?
Damn, good chin recognition skills. Yeah. This is apparently from. Whoa, that picture was from IMDb. What the hell?
What?
That's an IMDb.
It says
Oh.
Germa 985 TV series from 2011 to current from IMDb. Yeah. It's from IMDb.
Germa
Well, that's
TV
fun.
series?
Okay, to be honest, I kind of see it. I'm not gonna lie. A little bit.
You have a similar facial structure, and then when you look into the camera and you're doing like the straight on facing stuff,
That.
Yeah, that's him. That's you.
is that just like old man that they said looked like him?
Oh, hey, The Last of Us started. Are you watching that at all?
I haven't started watching it yet, but I heard it's good, and I want to watch it, and I think I want to wait until like all the episodes come out so I can binge it, but then I'm like, it's not like there's gonna be spoilers because I've already played the game like twice, so I know what happens. But when I saw a commercial for it, I was like, I'm starting to see what characters are what. I see that little child on the little Ferris wheel thing. I know what's gonna happen to
I
him.
see the girl.
The girl.
People are so dumb. I don't even know because I don't have fucking Twitter. But like I saw a TikTok where someone was saying that the people saying this were stupid, but apparently a bunch of people were really mad at the casting of the girl in the show that they shouldn't like look like her. I'm like,
My brother said
it's
too.
a small girl. Who fucking cares? It's so stupid.
My brother was like, people were not mad that she didn't look enough like the character. They were mad that she was ugly, is what people were saying. And I was
no,
like,
really?
it's a child.
That's so
Yeah,
mean.
no. It was a
What
child.
the
And like,
hell?
people were like, I don't want to have to look at this girl the whole time. They're like, her acting is fine. Like, I'm glad they actually got a decent child actor, but like, I don't want to have to look at her face the whole
That's
time.
awful.
And I was like,
That's terrible. What
I'm
the
like,
hell?
it's literally a child.
They're like teachers. Why do teachers beef
Aren't they
with
like
kids?
aren't they like 13? What the fuck, dude? That's terrible.
terrible.
That is terrible. I'd much rather someone make fun of me because I didn't look like someone versus that. That is terrible.
I know. I was like,
The internet does this. The kids still like as a mass. That's terrible. The hell.
yeah, you know what? The girl from the freaking Obi-Wan show, yeah, she looked like a young Carrie Fisher, but her acting was terrible. I would rather have their acting be good and not look like the person. Okay?
Yeah, okay, but that child was literally like 5 years old, wasn't she?
But why'd they cast a 5-year-old to play a 10-year-old? That's on them.
I don't know, but that's not her fault. But literally, like her arms were still like that kind of toddler short, you know, where she'd run and they kind of flip around. I was like, bro, this kid's supposed to be 12.
It was
Come
embarrassing
on.
with some scenes with her, man. Like Like,
have you seen the
literally-
Obi-Wan show, Nick?
No, he doesn't like Star Wars.
Sorry,
Not that
yeah.
I don't like. I don't care.
I just finished the Clone Wars finale last night.
Dude, I remember the Clone Wars. I watched.
I
that,
watched
so.
Clone Wars
Okay.
like when it was on Cartoon Network. I liked it a lot. And
What's the new show coming out with the what's her face?
Ahsoka?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
she had a game
The
for
Ahsoka
the
show?
DS. I love that game.
Oh yeah, I played that one.
Okay, that's the only Star Wars media I've ever consumed. Clone Wars.
That's
that
because
one was-
Ahsoka's like the most like underrated character in like the Star Wars universe.
Yeah,
her
those are
character
the only
development-
two pieces that I've taken in.
Her character
Aside from that-
development,
Go on.
good. Then you have Rey in the like sequel movies. Rey has no character development. She gets a piss sword at the end. Like it's a yellow lightsaber. They literally never explain why it's fucking yellow. There's no other yellow sabers in the galaxy. And Rey says, I'm
It's
different.
piss.
I'm quirky. I'm different.
I'm pissing.
I'm pissing. My piss sword. And then Ahsoka has white swords because she's neutral. She's not a Sith. She's not a Jedi. She's like someone who follows what she thinks is right and her moral compass and her destiny. And that's what her whole character development is about, which is really good. And it's actually really well written for like
We
a kid's
opened
show
something in her.
especially. What?
Nothing. Keep
What?
going. I'm
Oh,
afraid.
and then so like last night I asked my brother and I was like, genuinely, why was Rey's sword yellow? Like I never understood that. And then he Googled it and it said there was no one reason stated. They never explained why her sword was yellow.
So
and
it's
I was
open up to fan interpretation.
like, what?
So it's lazy.
What?
Yeah.
Well, what is the
No, not
interpretation?
necessarily.
What is the interpretation
Star
of
Wars,
the yellow?
Yeah,
Well-
for Star Wars, it's because they were being lazy. Here's the
That was
deal.
lazy
Here's the
writing.
deal. The original 3, good. Mandalorian, good. Rogue One, good.
Hold on. Oh, okay, you're grouping all the good ones.
Yeah,
See
yeah,
what's
yeah,
going on here. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Third movie.
What is Andor? Andor was really good.
haven't
That's
seen it
pretty much. Dude, you haven't seen Andor? I'm sad
Clone-
that like no one
You've never
saw
seen
it.
the Clone Wars show?
True, I have not seen
You
Clone
didn't
Wars.
lump that in
one,
there?
That's the one worth like,
That's, like, the best
watching.
one.
Like I didn't even like Star Wars, and I like watching the Clone Wars.
Yeah, like, and also my friends who don't like Star Wars, they like The Mandalorian. Because they had Disney Plus, and they were like, I'm gonna watch it, everybody's talking about it, and then they were like, this shit good, and I'm like, well, don't watch the other stuff, because it's not like
If you're starting from scratch, honestly, you could do Andor, because Andor is basically a good action sci-fi movie. Basically, like there's essentially like no real Star Wars tie-in. I mean, there is. Everyone's like raging right now, but I mean, like, you know, it's just like it's really good because it doesn't have anything whatsoever to do with the fucking Skywalkers and all that fucking bullshit. It's just its own thing. And it was sick, dude. I was so worked up by this show. It was so good. I was hard.
I was hard, man. Dude, I was
For
so
real, dude. There were
excited.
great parts in this thing. Like, and it was like literally they set the tone because everything up to this point has been kind of like family, kiddie, Disney. Like, ooh, Disney. Even Mandalorian is like plushy baby
Look,
Yoda.
we got baby, and it's like,
Plushy
baby does
baby.
cute stuff. Baby eats a cookie.
Yeah, like that. You know. And literally Andor
Baby
opens
commits
the first.
genocide on a frog species by eating all of the remaining eggs. Actually, baby funny.
Yeah, no. And so Andor, like Star Wars, it's up to this point had like cut away from all of like most of the major stuff. Andor opens literally in the first minute. The dude's like walking away from like a bar, and like two cops
somebody
like
gets
start
shot in
picking
the
on
head.
him, and then he literally just turns and shoots him in the fucking face. And I was like,
Got him.
oh. Like he had to drop on him, and this is the point in a Disney like Star Wars universe. I thought he was gonna be like, okay, goodbye, like, and run away. But he just like hesitated and just shot him in the fucking face. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, we're in for a good show.
Do you think in the Mace Windu show they're gonna have him say the N-word?
No way, they're having a Mace Windu show with Sam Jackson.
No, I think it's when he's young, so they'll cast someone like when
Aw.
he's coming up through the I think journey of how he gets to the council.
Boo.
Well, I don't know. It's more interesting to me because you get more of the lore
It's gonna.
of how the Jedi run things. I was humming the other day and my brother was like, "Are you humming Wheels on the fucking bus right now?" And I was like, "No."
But also, yes.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, I was like, ah, mm.
You're like, this slaps.
Why are you beatboxing as we
I don't
all
like this.
I'm sorry, okay? Please stop. Leave me alone. Oh, Nick.
Yes.
Horror movie reference.
Horror movie reference.
No
horror
segues
movie
in this episode
reference
at all.
before you say the reference?
Yeah. Have you seen Skinamarink? Or have you heard people talk about it?
That's how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Skinamarink.
Yeah, no, it's Skinamarink.
That's like how I thought. I was like, what's Skinamarink mean?
It's kind of a cool name because it kind of like weirds me out. I was like, ew, what is that? Apparently, it's like an old nursery rhyme that's like nonsense words. Like no one really knows what it means. It's like, oh, that's terrifying.
Skinamarink-doo. Is it that one?
Yeah. Oh, ew. You know what it
okay.
is?
I know it too.
Gross.
What?
Man, I
Sorry,
don't know
you
it.
didn't have a childhood.
Sorry.
Sorry, I wasn't singing Skinamarink and playing puppets and shit. All right.
I watched a show about penguins in space. They didn't want me to be goofy, so we watched shows about vegetables talking and penguins in space.
Vegetables
Yeah, my
talking
brother was
about
like,
God.
Daniel
Literally in the-
watched, like kids cartoons, and then Daniel was like, I bet he knows a lot about VeggieTales, and I was like, you're right, John. You're right.
Dude, the first
Daniel-
episode of the Penguins show, they boot a vacuum. Hold on. There are a bunch of vacuums on a planet, and they're all sentient, right?
I like that you said penguins, like that was like the hip term, and then you're like, the Penguin Show.
I know,
There's
right?
only one that exists, dude, and we know.
I
Oh no,
know.
no, there's the Madagascar.
Penguins in
one, I'm
Madagascar!
I'm sorry.
Idiot!
I'm sorry. But
Hitting
if
on
you're
the good
talking
ones.
about a Penguin show,
Can you imagine the crossover?
The women and the children.
Stop!
That's like what Mort said.
Literally, the Jesus penguins would come in and be like, God wants us to be patient. And then the ones from Madagascar would be like, shut the fuck up, man.
Shoot him.
Shoot him in the face.
Yeah, what's the one who spit stuff up, Rico or whatever? He'd throw like a bomb at them. He'd be like,
Yeah, grenade. Holy, whoa. The Christian one almost cussed. Oh, no, I was just talking about how dumb these cartoons were. In the first episode of this Penguin show, there's a vacuum and the phone gets booted off this planet and starts spinning in the space screaming. It's like a recurring bit. So later on in the episode, it's just scanning through space and then a vacuum like, ah! That's the humor.
Okay.
Don't do that
where
silence.
it stems from. It
This is
ruined
where
you
my
from day
idiocy
one.
comes from. Oh, no. We were talking about Skinamarink. Yeah, no. So that was, it's a 15, it's kind of like Terrifier 2. Like that it caught a second wave, like online. It was apparently like,
Did it come
like
out a while ago?
it was a crowdfunded movie that cost $15,000 to make, and it like leaked out of Sundance, and now like it then people started talking about it all over, and then now it's in like select AMC theater locations, and it's made like $800,000 at this point. So like well over the amount that it was budgeted. And I think it's hilarious because it's completely splitting people. Like people are giving 5-star reviews and 5-star reviews, and that's literally what it is. It kind of blows my mind, but it's one of these movies that like when people, yeah,
What?
I really liked it. I thought I'd hate it because it was usually so basically.
It was a spooky movie. I hate those.
No, but like so for example, like Blair Witch, I really respect Blair Witch Project for what it did for horror, and it's really cool for them. Like I'm really happy for them. I
There's
just
a butt
really didn't
coming.
like it.
There we go.
I just really didn't like it. We were ready for this movie. We all played it, and we were like, this is to
When
us.
did you
It was very
watch
boring.
it? When did you watch it?
You watched it
Years-
way
in
later.
college.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
See, you've been exposed to everything else, but in
And
what,
also,
the
you
90s,
kind of know what it's
96?
about going into it at that point.
99. It was 99. Yeah, pretty
99.
impressive for 99. Well, and the fact that they basically used like it was the first like big instance of like viral internet marketing. Like people
Yeah.
actually thought these people were dead. And dude, that's awesome. I love that. Just didn't like the movie.
I love that people prank each other. Spread misinformation.
Shut up. But so after that, like every studio made a really lazy ass found footage movie, I felt like, and it just really ruined that form. Like if I was gonna watch a found footage movie, it would be.
Have you seen VHS by any chance?
I really want to. I really want to
Please.
because people talk about how good those are. They look sick. I just haven't seen
Those
them.
are a lot of found footage movie. Well, it's a bunch of little like shorts, and they put them all together as one.
Yeah, but like found footage shorts that are like it's experimental stuff. I'm all for that. I just don't like when studios are like, let's just shit this out. They like grain, like.
They like grainy stuff. They like.
Wait. We should watch Smiley. Do you guys know about that movie?
No. What is it?
It's a Shane Dawson horror movie. Like he started.
Oh
it.
No, I'm not watching that.
He didn't make it. He didn't make it. A movie studio made this, but he's like one of the main actors in it. And I think if you go on like Omegle and type in like "Smiley's coming for you" 3 times, he appears in your room and kills you. And the horror, like the character, it's just like literally like a blank face, and it has like a smiley face carved into it.
Yeah.
I bought it for $2 at Family Dollar because I was like, "There's no way they have this at Family Dollar. We can watch it if you want." Yeah, no, it was there. It was in the clearance.
I've never seen it. I just know of it. I remember the smiley face and like YouTuber people talking about it and being like, "Oh my god, look, we're getting into acting now. YouTubers are gonna be actors now." And I'm like,
so bad, dude. I was in high school and I knew it was a bad movie. I remember I showed my friends just to show them, and some people believed it. There is our school is like, there's a mixture of like really smart people and really stupid people. And there is a guy that he was like, wait, if I do this, will that happen? And we're like, yeah, it'll happen. And so he like tried it on Omegle and he's like, guys, what's going to happen? And we're like, I don't know.
It's delayed. It must be delayed, bro.
And he was freaking out. He was like, guys, wait, no, what's going to happen?
It's just like the Bloody Mary stuff.
Yeah, we were like freshmen, but like still.
Still,
to be fair,
stupid.
like sleepovers when we were in high school, and people are like, let's do Bloody Marys, and people are like, oh, I don't fuck with that.
I don't remember that.
Fuck with that. Like, oh.
Well,
no one did anything fun where we were, so we didn't do any of that shit.
So the crazy thing
Candyman didn't do that either,
Well, we didn't do Candyman, but I remember
Candyman.
Yeah, we hate that guy.
No. I knew of the movie and that was it. I didn't think it was an actual,
like myth.
Urban legend. Yeah.
Have you watched? Have you done the biggest urban legend of all? You know what I'm going to say next? The Pee Pee Poo Poo Man.
Don't say his name. Don't think about him.
Don't say it. Don't think it.
No,
Dude,
but I've never done Omegle. Like, do you set up an account or do you just like go to the site?
No, you just hop onto it.
And then you just click. It just attaches you to a random person. And then
a random person somewhere in the world. Yeah,
people get creative with it. I've seen TikToks where like people like faked the next, like the transition to a next cam. So like someone would start, they'd do a fake transition and go to like 4 other people in different rooms, and by the time they came back around to another guy, he had like sketched a picture of the guy and shown it to him and shit. That's cool. Like some people are getting creative. Like that's pretty cool.
There's people like hooking up jump scares to it, so like they'll just be sitting there and then you can just click a button and like the guy comes from the back and like scares them.
Yeah.
There was someone using like an Apple headphones mic, but they turned up like the sensitivity like to its highest thing. So he would just be like, "Hi," like at that volume, and it would be like, and everyone's like freaking out. It was so funny. I'll have to find it.
No, but speaking of urban legends, because Lively, you've clearly you knew about Bloody Mary. Daniel, did you know about Bloody Mary at least, or was that
not when I was a kid? No. Yeah.
I knew about it when I was probably like 4 or 5.
Last week.
Right now.
So I like it when I was in college. Yeah.
Do you know what it is at least? Like you're familiar with the
not
concept?
The whole background on legend, but I'm familiar with the concept. Yeah.
So you go into a mirror, you turn the lights
out.
off, and you say Bloody Mary 3 times?
You say Bloody Mary 36 times.
She appears. I always thought that was like a little like for kids. That's a little intense. But if you got one, do you remember like the little creepy, scary stories to tell in the dark, like those books?
Yes, yeah.
It's in there. It's just like how to play Bloody Mary. Like it's one of the pages. And I was like, wait.
Yeah, it used to freak out. Like when I was in I used to go to kindercare when I was like 4 or 5, and like kids would be like, "Let's go in the bathroom and do it," and I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Why would you want to summon her? Why would you want to do that?" Like, I don't wanna. And they're like, "I don't know. She just has like her eyes gouged out and stuff, and I kind of want to see what it'd look like." And I'm like.
It would look like eyes gouged out.
Yeah, it would be like the 7-8-year-olds, and I'd be like, I don't wanna
do this. I remember my mom found out that was in my scary stories to tell in the dark book, and she was like, "You're not doing that." And I was like, "Okay, I wasn't planning on it." And she's like, "No, seriously, don't do that."
She's like, "Don't mess with that
If I was
stuff."
doing that shit, my parents would have been not happy.
That's so weird that they're like, that's not real. But Harry Potter, you don't fuck with that black magic. No.
There's a guy with no nose. Stop it.
Stop
He looks
that
kind of
man-
snake-like. I didn't like him.
that man-
You know what else was a snake? Satan.
Satan. Satan.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
I just watched The Menu the other day, speaking of Voldemort.
Oh, the menu's good. Real quick, before we do the menu, can we hold on Skinamarink before we pass over?
Oh, yeah,
my God.
tell me
Yeah,
that's-
sorry. Oops.
No, so I was just saying, like, you should go see it if it's at an AMC near you. But the thing
I'll check
is,
it out.
like, I feel like if any one of like a certain like 5 factors were off from me, I feel like I would have not liked it. So it's like it's not.
Wow.
I don't know. It's almost not a theater movie because I feel like it'd be really annoying to watch with like a big group. Like it's not a party movie, you know. It definitely like watch it with like the person you're dating with the lights off at home. You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of a movie. But like it would be a terrible theater movie because like it is not for everybody. You know, if you want the camp of horror movies, this is not for you. So there, if you watch it in a theater, like people were walking out, people were like, "What's going on?" And people were like, "Do you see?" Like, people calling and shit. So it sounds like a terrible theater experience, but it was a fun movie at home.
What is that?
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at the
So I was like,
ghost.
Is that the ghost or not?
so that would have ruined my experience. Is that Grandpa?
Get out of there.
Is that the spiders? Get out of there. But like,
Yeah, the one horror movie I saw that people walked out of was Hereditary. People were like, ugh. And
yeah,
then left, and I was like,
Hereditary got in there. Midsummer was the one I almost walked out of because I just didn't like at minute 4 of the sex scene. I was like, I think I should go.
Yeah,
I
that was
don't
my-
need to be here for this.
my brother was like, that movie just felt unnecessary. And I was like,
The
what?
whole
And then
movie
he's
is
like,
unnecessary to me anyway. So yeah, no, watch it if you get a chance. I just like to whoever it is that made it, supporting them and stuff. That's pretty cool.
I looked it up and I could watch it. There's only one showing and it's at 10 p.m.
Dude, you should do it.
They show it at the latest possible time.
yeah, I was like 10.
Sit in the back row so there's nowhere that you can run away from. I don't know. I really I enjoyed it. Maybe I kind of had a little bit of a surround sound. Surround sound really makes a difference for this movie, I think. But yeah, I mean, if people were talking, that would have ruined it for me. If the grain wasn't there, honestly, I probably would have hated it. Like, it got the mood just right for me to be fully invested in it. And it had all the odds working against it. I just was surprised I liked it so much. It wasn't like, I think I said 4 out of 5. There was a couple things, but I mean, overall, it was extremely impressive, especially for $15,000.
But has anything fully paranoid you when you got home and you're like,
So, honestly, the dark. Well, I'm not even joking. Depending on how you play the dark, which is why Skinamarink got me so good. I was like, everyone tries to find all these scary things and everything else, and I just think you can be scared in your own fucking house. You know what I mean? Like seeing the wrong shape move and whatever. The Hat Man, my coat rack.
Are you still doing that thing where you watch movies in parts? You don't sit down and watch the full thing all at
Horror,
once?
no, scary movies. I'll watch it once. Yeah,
Good.
I won't
Thank
split
you.
those.
Thank you.
I won't watch them at 2 times speed either. I want to experience the scare.
Thank you.
Why are the
Them
scares
scares
happening
too
so
fast.
quick in movies? Oh, that was a quick little baby scare.
Little baby.
This movie was 40 minutes long. What the fuck?
It sucked.
Too slow.
It sucked. Yeah, no, I don't. I remember once when I went to see a movie with my dad when I was in high school, there was a trailer, and I always forget the name of this fucking movie. It's something with the devil, detailed, I know. It's something with Eric Bana and the devil. I don't remember what the title is. Like, it's a Bible verse, even though I walked through the valley of shadow of death, something along those lines. And that trailer, we went to a...
most our lives living in, and
this point in my life, we were only going to PG-13 movies. And it was me and my dad in this empty theater watching, I forget what it was, PG-13, and this trailer comes on for this Eric Bana movie. I was legit, we were terrified. We were walking out to the parking lot after the movie was over. We were like, Okay, well, I gotta change my pants. I'll be right back.
It
It was just really.
What movie?
I was not a fan. I need to look it up. I don't even. The movie
The
doesn't have good
Dragon
ratings,
Ball or something?
so I'm not gonna watch it.
Is it the movie with the nun on the cover?
Deliver Us from Evil. Okay, so it's got devil in there.
Does it have the little?
Fucking damn. Okay, that image of that dude popped up when I googled it.
That dude.
I'm still scared of it. I gotta be honest. That's terrifying.
Dude. I was gonna say, what's up with that? Like, a lot of the time I'll be more afraid of, like, the preview because in my mind I'm like, oh man, that thing is just gonna be running around the whole time, and I'm thinking of all the
Bruh.
scary scenarios it could have, and then you watch the movie and I'm like,
I'm not even joking. This guy, I fully remember this guy's face. This isn't distorted or anything. This is his actual face.
Yep.
And there's a part in the trailer where it's just this thing. Oh my gosh, that shit fucking. Okay, not iFunny. Get out of there.
iPhone.
Hi, funny.
Boobs and racism.
You
But
know,
like
the
his neck starts enlarging, and he's like, "Mama." I'm like, "Okay, I'm out of this shit. I'm out of here." I was like, "All right, I'm gonna shoot myself real quick. Don't mind me."
Literally, that's the last movie I bought at Kmart before they shut down. Fun
Rest in
fact.
peace.
Bruh, you can't tell me that shit's not fucking scary as hell. Nah. Yeah, runners.
Da-da.
Yeah, running zombies. So The Last of Us in this first episode, I won't spoil it for you. You've seen the game, but I
Who's
mean,
running?
I didn't know all this time because I've never played the game. I was like, are they fast zombies? Are they slow, boring shits? This guy was like throwing himself through walls and shit. That shit terrifies me. Running zombies, that shit's fucking terrifying.
Giant ones too, like giant.
I
massive
didn't watch the trailer, but thanks for
mutated ones.
spoiling it. I'm just kidding.
I don't know if they're gonna do that in this because I don't know how they'll like physically be able to. But we'll see.
CGI.
Wait, Daniel,
Well,
quick question. Do you go into every movie blind? Like 90%?
Now I do, yeah. Honestly, I'm not even joking. It has made every movie experience an extra 20% for
So
me.
you just see a movie, you see a title, and you're like, okay, I'll watch that this weekend.
Yeah, and I fucked up a couple times, but I'm fully ready to pay that price to see a movie blind.
What did you fuck up on?
Like, I'll see a title and I'm like, and I'll buy a ticket for it. Well, not buy it. I have the membership, but like I'll get a ticket for it. I'm like, yeah, I know what that is. That's this thing or whatever. And I get in there and it starts. I'm like, oh no, it's not.
It's an anime, single night event, and you're like,
Demon Slayer. What the fuck is this?
The movie was good.
No, the movie had like a 99% or something around Tomatoes. Yeah, Demon
I
Slayer.
know it was full.
Prodigy. Never watched The Prodigy. I hated that movie. I thought The Prodigy was Brightburn because this is what happens when you only know titles. So I saw The Prodigy. I saw it was a creepy movie with a kid, and I was like, oh, Brightburn. I kind of want to see Brightburn. Fucked up. It was not Brightburn. This movie was like pretty basic. It was pretty much a kid that gets possessed by some old, pedophile or whatever. But I mean, it was just really unsettling and gross. Like, not unsettling in like a good way. Like, it was just gross watching. Because like when it wasn't boring, it was like, trauma porn and like, well, they made this kid say things like they made this kid say really awful pedophilic lines and talk about like him picking pubes out of his teeth and things. Like, after I suck the cock of your... I'm like, it wasn't like Exorcist either. I mean, it was like... It just was not...
It's just a kid.
It was bad. I almost walked out, but I was like, it's fucking 90 minutes. This better be over soon. And it was a terrible ending as well. So, the only ones that get me are like the grainy pictures of something with pupils, peeking out or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I hate those. Those terrify me.
I used to hate those.
That shit terrifies me. Do not send me that.
It was always more just my imagination than like the stories themselves. But I would just be like,
creepypastas.
I'd be like, oh my god, I'm seeing that guy in the corner of my room right now.
Daniel, you've never played the Slender Man game, have you? Everyone's
I have that. Okay, I played
it.
Okay.
Because here's how it worked. So this was was this 7th or 8th grade?
Collecting papers.
We were in middle school and people started playing it on their phones when we had extra time in band class. This is the only time we had extra. That's the only class we had extra time. But you had to have like the full experience. So we would put the headphones over our head and drape like a blanket over our head. I liked Slenderman. That was terrifying. I never got to play it. I kind of just watched people do it, I think.
Oh, dude, come on. You can still play it.
I didn't have friends, so.
We'll play it. Come on.
Yeah, play it on here. You can stream it.
Well, I tried to say that earlier. I want to play Last of Us with like you or like somebody. Yeah, because I've never played it. I don't know anything about it. So I'm the only one on the planet that's gonna watch the show and then play the game.
I bet you're not.
So-
I guarantee you're not.
Juliana seems like she knows things about mushrooms. Can the thing that happens in? Well, I guess maybe you never saw the show yet, because I guess the intro of the show they were saying is not in the game.
Yeah, the intro of the game, literally, the way the game kicks off is the girl's like in her house, and then all of a sudden it's like stuff smashing through like
Okay.
their back window, and then like her going to the woods.
Yeah, okay, stop there.
it was,
'Cause
like-
stop there, because I'm not farther than that. So the way they describe it, no. The way they describe it in the show, they start off with a clip of
How the
like,
outbreak happened?
Of like, no. They start off with a clip from the '60s of like a TV show where you got two experts on some show talking about pandemic-like events, and one guy's talking about what scares me is
Flesh eating.
like COVID pandemics. Basically, they're talking about because we would connect with that. We're like, yeah, that is scary. And the other guy, he's like, oh, you don't seem convinced. And he's like, no, not really. He was like, yeah, I mean, they're bad. They kill a bunch of people. But I mean, at the end of the day, we'll always come out on top somewhere on those. And he was like, well, then what scares you? And he was like, the fungus. Not like that. But I mean, he's basically talking. And this part, I do know that there is actual, like, I forget what it's called, but there is an actual, like, thing that, like, takes over ants and makes them, like actually like controls them to do things, and it slows down their decomposition in the meantime, and then
they'll sprout out like
disgusting. It's absolutely terrible. Anyway,
it's very
so then the guy on the
nature,
the guy on the TV,
nature just evolved that from itself, because like populations that grew too big, they were like, we're just gonna make some of these spores like fuck up your shit so we can wipe out some of your colony. I was like,
well, and so on the show, this guy's describing this, and the other guy goes, "Yeah, but that can't happen to humans because they can't survive in an environment over 94 degrees." And he's like, "Yes," but he's like, "What if eventually they evolved that to not need that as much of a lower thing?" And that's exactly what he says. He was like, "What if, let's say, the temperature of the world goes up a couple degrees? Then who knows? It might evolve to a point where it can take over humans." And I'm sitting there like, oh, that's going to happen to me.
that's going to happen to me.
Well, part of me was thinking, I was like, is it really, because ant and human, very different, but like, let's say that it could...
If I know if that would actually...
Yeah, could fungus actually do that? Could that thing actually do humans if it was like a low enough temperature?
I don't know if it would have to do with temperature, but there would have to be a lot of factors for it to hit humans. It normally only affects populations where it's like there's too much population growth to be sustainable, which technically humans are at that point now. So I don't know. It just depends. We would have to be dead first. So like I don't think we would become like zombies.
Oh, really?
Like
I thought the thing takes over the ant while it's still alive.
Yeah, it's like how with rabies, it kind of like changes your brain composition. The
personality.
The parasite attacks it basically and starts making you act really funky and kind of like more violent. It's similar to that, and a lot of the ants kind of like will commit suicide because they're acting crazy, or like it's so painful that happens, and they'll so sometimes they'll just climb as high as they possibly can on like vines or trees or whatever, and like they'll just keep climbing and walking until they die. And what happens is it's like, oh, the fungus is at a high point where it can reach like the farthest possible distance for spreading when it erupts. So that's part of the mechanism that the fungus chose, I guess, to spread. But it takes over the brain first, but it wouldn't make you a zombie. It would just make you start probably acting like you have rabies, and then you die, and then you sprout something out of your head, and then it bursts.
Disgusting. Ew.
Nature is metal.
Yeah.
Nature
is metal on Reddit.
Oh, I made a video today, and I kind of wondered if anyone knows, because I wondered if this is like a dumb homeschool kid thing and not anyone else. Did you guys ever see The Most Extreme on Animal Planet?
I did.
You know what that is? Okay.
I think so.
That show was sick. I love that show.
That show would freak
that
me out.
was the hardest show
Wasn't
that
it
we'd
just
watch
like
as a
animals
kid.
like eating each other and like
Literally.
Yeah,
And they'd show
okay.
animations of heads getting smashed and shit, and they were like, if you put a human head in a jaguar, it would fucking explode.
Yeah.
Coming up on the countdown tonight. And
Yeah,
it
I
always
know.
was like the most violent things. It was like top 10, I don't know.
And you were allowed to watch this?
Top 10 grippers.
Rippers.
What?
Oh.
What were you watching, dude? Coming up on the most extreme pussies.
Not even King Arthur can pull me out.
I bet
No,
they
we
would
would,
have something like that on that show, though. It's probably like most extreme genitalia, and they're like, "Did you know
Yeah.
that this type of snail has a 4-foot-long penis that just wraps in its shell?"
Yeah. And it would be like, top 10, most violent predators. Number
Yeah.
1, Harvey Weinstein, but like,
It's gonna be
But-
that joke.
Chris Hansen comes on the show. I'm hosting this week of the most extreme. No, but like, it was like all like things that like little kids are like, yeah, like, it was never like top 10 flowers, it was always something
No,
The
that
one
show.
I
evil.
like- I like top 10 like survivalist animals. It was like what
Yeah.
is it, like the water bears or whatever? They're like those little like amoeba
Yeah,
type
that's-
things.
yeah,
like,
those things
shrink
are
from no
creepy.
water and expand with water. And
Yeah.
I'm like, those things are crazy. They can live forever.
Yeah.
I remember
Literally,
watching
like,
the most
through
extreme.
all
It was
yeah.
too much for me. Like,
It was too extreme.
yeah, no, literally. I was
Dare I
like,
say, extreme.
my favorite show as a kid was like Ripley's Believe It or Not.
That was a show?
Where have you been, dude? It was very. Did I not tell you
You
guys
know
this
where
story?
I've
I know. So we
There's a
didn't have cable
museum,
growing up.
right?
There's plenty of them,
Yes.
man, and there's a
There's
book.
There's books. There's museums.
Dude, I would literally, I'm not joking, when we went to the library for like kids, like, did you guys have Scholastic book days where you go to the library and they'd have like a whole thing of books?
Yeah.
For some reason, we just sit there and read these fucking books for a half hour. I'd always go for the Ripley's Believe It or Not and the Guinness Book of World Records.
Me too.
Only time I was ever going to read those.
I would never buy them. I'd like to like look at them.
Well, they were like
and-
$35, which is like
Yeah.
crazy.
I wasn't
when all
gonna.
the
No,
other
I
books are, like,
didn't buy
$2,
them, but I
$3.
just look at them. Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember seeing them at Target, and I was like, "Oh!" My mom's like, "Put it back."
Put it back.
No, but I remember when we were in like elementary school, there was a kid that always checked out the latest year. I think it was like 2006, and he'd check out both Ripley's and Guinness or Guinness. What is the
Guinness.
What is
Guinness.
Like the
Guinness.
beer? Like the
yeah,
beer?
Guinness, like the
Like
beer.
the beer.
And no,
Are they related?
legitimately,
Aren't they
not just
related?
like, yes, they are.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, the most
I thought
successful example of indirect marketing ever. It's really cool.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, it's actually the beer. I thought people were joking, and I found out no, it was actually the beer. They just made it specifically to put the word Guinness in the words of like everyone's mouth, and everyone knows what
It
the fuck
works.
Guinness is. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, there was a kid that would check out both of those books, and because the
Keep 'em.
library system is just you can go back and recheck them out.
Yeah,
He'd take them for the whole year, and if you wanted to see those books, you had to go to that kid to look at it.
And that kid was like $5.
That's
I don't think he charged anyone, but like I sucked. I never got to read them as a kid.
What a turd.
Yeah, no, really. But I remember
Dude.
there is a TV show for Ripley's Believe It or Not, and I don't think I told you guys
Huh.
this, but it's like a dude show. Well, at least the one from like the early like 2000s. Every other thing was
Yeah,
like girls
shut
in
up,
bikinis.
Lively.
No.
Sorry.
Everything was like heavily sexual. Like it was just
Oh
yucky,
no.
dude. Yeah, it'd be like, oh, these women paint their bodies and they paint their clothes on, and it's like, okay, I believe it. Like,
Ew.
I'm not doubting them.
They're going like really hard. I'm like, look at these whores. You're like, whoa,
Are
dude.
Believe it or not, they're naked sluts. And you're like, whoa.
Believe it or not, they're going to hell. Huh?
That was like the peak of like Girls Gone Wild too, though.
Yeah, no, literally, I remember
Hell?
those com-
on TV.
No,
Sorry.
the commercials. Did you ever?
She's
see
getting
those?
really tired of me. I'm so sorry.
No,
Have you
the
ever seen those,
commercials,
Daniel?
like the
Like,
Girls
seen
Gone
what?
Wild commercials. I would be
Girls
like,
Gone
what
Wild
the?
commercials.
What are those?
You don't know what Girls Gone Wild?
No.
Look it up right now.
For some reason, it reminds me of what was Go Go Daddy? Or was that a
Those
thing?
were also very sexual commercials as kids.
Yeah.
Now they've changed their branding and everything, but back
Yeah.
then,
Yeah,
no,
aren't
it
they
was-
like? What are they now? They're not anything close to that.
It's just
Like close to
standard.
boobs.
Yeah, standard. website
Do I need to look
commercials.
up what this is? What is it called?
Yeah.
Not on your work.
Girls
computer.
Gone
Not-
Wild?
Not on your work computer.
I'm glad you told me that. I was
Yeah,
about ready to look
gotcha.
up naked women on my work computer.
These commercials would go on at like 11 p.m. and they were just what
Mine
porno
would,
tapes.
mine would just appear at like 6 It's like around
6?
dinner time, there'd be like a random, like, it'd be like, wow, and then it's like $9.99, $9.99, like on the boobs, like flashing, like when the girl lifts up the top, and
Literally
I'm like,
show like the no symbols on.
yeah. And I'm like,
Eating
oh.
with your family. Boobs. 6
Yeah,
o'clock.
I remember being at my grandma's house one time and being like, huh? And I was like a little kid.
What's it
Yeah,
for?
but-
Like, what's it advertising?
So like, I think the whole premise
Bro,
of
that was
was
Snoop Dogg.
I think the whole premise of it was like they'd be in New Orleans and they just film the street and they'd be like, "Oh, take them out, let me see the goodies." And then they get filmed. They sign a little, contract that they're allowed to appear on these films. I don't know if they got paid like $100 or something. They'd put out these like VHS tapes.
Yep.
It's really weird times.
It was.
Yeah,
weird.
it looks really hot.
What
is
that?
going on?
What came up when you looked it up? Did you Google what is Girls Gone Wild?
I googled Girls Gone Wild trailer.
Anyway, yeah, no. So I remember watching Ripley's Believe It or Not as a kid, but because there was always a lot of like scantily clad women on there, my mom would be like, maybe don't watch that.
Yeah,
that's it.
Sorry, Nick. Do you guys remember the Life Alert commercial? That made me think.
Yes.
Sorry.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Well, yeah, but there's someone that was like waggling her head. She was like, and then Life Alert was there for me, And someone made a TikTok and they were like, I hated this bitch. Every time she came on the TV when we were kids, we turned the channel. Her and her stupid head nod. Hope you die, Carol. It's like, oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Yeah, this was the kind of stuff I remembered. It
Yes.
was like, it was like barely
Damn.
legal. College campus, 18-year-olds.
And they just be going like this.
Wow. And it would literally
Order
be like,
now.
wow. And I'm like,
Man.
Yeah, this is like early. I remember being a kid and those would be on, like when South Park was on TV.
yeah.
When South Park was on.
I mean, South Park is still on, but when I was a kid and it was like, ooh, South Park.
Yeah,
but no, I remember watching Ripley's Believe It or Not, and my parents were like, or my mom at least was like, maybe don't watch that. And then one day she went out with my aunt, and I was home alone with my dad, and I was,
Oh no.
my dad was eating dinner in like the little the dining room, and I was like, hey, can we watch TV? And he's like, yeah, go ahead, whatever. And I already ate, so I was just like ready to like watch Ripley's Believe It or Not. It was 7 p.m. And so I put it on, and it's like, coming up, this guy paints with his own vomit. And the guy would drink paint and, like, eat colored foods, and then just puke them on a canvas. And my dad was so mad at me. He got so mad. And he's like,
Your dad's
if
like,
you're going to
"Bruh."
watch that in the living room.
I'm trying to eat, bro.
He was so mad at me.
That's so funny.
I've never seen him that mad. He's like, what are you putting on TV? And the guy's just, like, gagging himself and puking on canvases. I don't know.
That
Was,
is
as a kid, I
disgusting.
was like... Yeah, no, Ripley's was a crazy show when I was a kid.
Yeah, no, my only version of like channel scrolling was anytime Halloween came around, any like spare moment I could get when my parents weren't home, I was looking at sci-fi and seeing what the fuck
31
was
Days of
on.
Halloween.
Yeah, and it would always be like the wildest, wackiest. I'm just like,
Yeah, this is what I think of when I think of Girls Gone Wild. Girls like this when they're like real girls, normal, just girls just showing their boobs. And I'm like, wow.
That's neat.
And I used to
That's
always
pretty
see
neat.
that. I used to see that as a kid, and I was like, wow, someday I'm gonna have to do that. And
No.
like I just thought that's how it was. Like they would always be like college girls, and I was like, that's what college is like. Like
oh, I
Crew
always
comes
get
in.
the...
I was like, wow.
Hold
Always
up.
just some creepy
That's
dude
exactly
with,
why my parents didn't let me watch it. They knew he was gonna want to show his
like
boobs.
this sweaty dude with the camera holding the camera, and
Jeez,
then
dude.
girls just like being like, I want to be on TV.
Okay, because I've never delved into it, Lively, I don't know if you have. Is there any, like, quote-unquote plot, or is it literally just in a half an hour of this? Do we know? Has anyone looked into this?
Only one way to find out.
From clips I've seen, it's just been cuts of like randomly girls doing stuff like sometimes it'll be like, oh, we're on a beach trip, hee, and then like the girls are kind of like flirting with the cameraman, and then they'll
That's a plot. That's a plot.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm listening.
they'll
I'm
like
listening.
striptease. They'll like pretend
Act
like
one.
they're gonna lift up their shirt, and then they lift up their bikini, and it's like boing, and then like it's like wow, booba.
Cameraman screams. What?
That's how I scream.
Flips their shirt. Huh? And cut.
Yeah, no, Lively's right. They were very like edgy.
The edgelord ones where the dudes are like, you don't understand my brand of dark comedy, and you're like,
Yeah,
you're
Patrick
like,
Bateman is their
joke?
profile picture.
It's just like only the N-word, and I'm like, where's the punchline? Please,
Whoa.
like I want a joke. If you're gonna do that, please.
Yeah, literally.
Because there have been some where I've seen on like it's obviously like a white supremacist like page, but I'm like, but this meme.
Sorry, I don't mean to
kind of
yawn at
funny.
white supremacy. Sorry.
like you can tell there's like the little like caption of it in the
Boring.
corner. Like it's from like one of those weird Facebook groups, and you're like, okay, I know this is from like a really
Truth
bad place.
Seekers USA.
Yeah. I'm like, I know it's from a bad
Wow.
place, but
Isn't that
this
the name of the
meme-
new app?
Oh, is it? I
Isn't-
don't know.
Isn't the name of that? Isn't that the name of the app that
Oh,
Trump
Truth-
went on instead of Twitter?
Truth Social, or I don't know what it is. I forgot.
Truth. I think maybe it's just Truth or something. I don't fucking know. I'm not
the
looking it up.
uncensored.
App that Trump's on now. Yeah, I'm not doing that shit.
5 lists.
I always wondered that stuff about Trump. I was like, why do people like the elitist dude who's always just like benefited off of the lowest people, like the
He
people.
literally
who-
says multiple rallies that he's like, I love the poorly educated.
Yeah.
He openly says it. Like they
Yeah.
always like clip it too.
Yeah, he's just like
Yeah,
yeah,
they-
they're people too. and then the Hicks in the
Look
back.
at my African
Yeah!
American over there. Look at him. Look at my
African American.
Do you remember that when he walked out? He held his little Bible for like a minute and then walks back.
Wasn't it
in?
upside down? Or did someone
Yeah.
edit that?
No,
Pretty sure the
it
Bible
was
was
upside
fucking upside down. Bitch couldn't even hold a book up.
And then he walked back in.
So
Yeah,
funny,
No
so
way, that's
stupid.
real, dude.
It was funny
just
until he
walked it
won,
up
and
to
we
the
were like,
crowd,
oh.
He's like, you guys like this? You like this? And they're like, yeah, Bible.
My
Yeah.
favorite picture of Trump is when he invited all like what was it like the not basketball, oh the baseball teams, the major league whatever. He
They all
had
say
like
no.
so many. No. He invited like this giant baseball team.
Oh,
I
when
think
they won the World Series?
Yeah, they won the World Series, and they didn't cater food. They just brought McDonald's.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like McDonald's,
oh,
Wendy's, Burger King, and like KFC or something. And it's just like a
That's
picture
funny.
of him like this, and there's all these.
Yeah, with
burgers.
all the food. Yeah, I remember that image.
That's
I
funny.
just thought that was like his lunch. That was always like the meme I would see. It was like lunch.
Average Trump lunch.
Yeah, and it was like, and there were always things where they're like, Donald Trump eats one burger a day. I would
There-
always hear stuff like that,
I
and I'm
wouldn't
like,
be surprised. He's literally
No,
he's
no.
oozing that burger through his face the next day.
No, it was reported that like he always eats at McDonald's, but he goes to a different one every time because he's paranoid they're gonna try to kill him.
Oh!
So like Secret Service members would have to go to different McDonald's. It's like in the area.
Even though
It
he
was-
sounds like him in the drive-thru.
This is not Trump, by the way. I want a cheeseburger. No poison.
cheeseburger. Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Medium Pepsi.
No,
The tweet
the
Diet.
where he's like, I've never seen a skinny person drinking
Drink
Diet Coke.
Coke.
he tweeted that.
Yes.
Donald Trump, like a
That's so
long time
funny.
ago. A long time ago, and I was like, he's kind of spitting right here.
He's got a few burgers. There's another one where he was like,
Just imagining you won the World Series and you're with the fucking president, and someone comes up and prods you in the back like, "Could I interest you in a McRib?"
Nuggies.
Damn.
lukewarm nuggets.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've just been sitting out.
You want to build a gingerbread house out of chicken nuggets? GrubHub said we can do it. Ew.
I tried to Google that ad, nothing came up. I was like, chicken nugget house.
Maybe I'm
Grubhub.
insane.
I think you're actually like hallucinating.
No, I'll find it. I've tried to look up ads after I've seen them, and they like don't come up. So I guess
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm-
seeing fucking insane shit.
I saw a band the other day. They were just yelling into the mic that they were like, yeah, we're on acid. Like when they finish, right? Going 20 minutes past their set, like my friend's band was
Oh, 20 minutes.
they were like not getting off the stage, so my friend's band was like on there, and they were just like on the stage with them, and we're like whispering stuff to the drummer, and I was like, what were they saying to you? And he's like, I didn't even know they were behind me. I couldn't hear a dang word because I was hitting the drum so loud. Yeah, they were like, and I was like, what the heck did that guy say to you? And then he was like, they were behind me, and I was like, what? They were right behind you. And you know, this one guy like in the band who was the acid band, the guy had like super long hair like in his face, and he was like, I'm trying to get myself a Pocahontas tonight. I'm trying to score with a Pocahontas because we're next to like a reservation, all right? We're over. Yeah, and I'm like, my friend I'm with is native, and she's like, okay. And then the guy who's the drummer in my friend's band who comes out, his beanie literally says "You're on native land," and I'm like, man, the dichotomy of these two metal groups.
The duality of man.
Yeah, I was like, huh.
Jeez, dude.
I was like, huh? And this person's also just like non-binary, and I'm like, these bands are very, very different.
Polar opposites, dude.
Yeah, I was like, wow. Yeah, they called that place the Piss Pirate, the one guy from that area.
Okay.
It was like all pirate themed in
This
there.
is making sense now.
Yeah, the place,
I
place,
understand the audience.
and then like if it smelled like barf just on the bar, like that they were on,
Well,
like.
that sucks.
And
That's
I was
what I
like,
expect from a place called the Piss Pirates or
Piss
whatever.
well, it wasn't called the Piss Pirate, but that was what my friend called it. Yeah. And like,
What's it
I was
actually
like,
called?
I don't even remember what it's called now.
Great.
It was like they didn't even
The
band
Pirates' Chambers.
Yeah, it was something like that. Like
The
band
shitty
didn't-
pirate.
The band didn't even promote
Diary
it.
of
Like,
Boo Boo Pirate.
Sorry, Lively.
they were like, that place is sus. Like we're not even gonna promote it like on any of our Instagram stories or anything that we're performing. And I was like,
Why
oh
you
my
didn't go then?
Oh, because they get paid.
Money.
Yeah. I was like, they were the main
Money.
event. Yeah.
I would have done it myself. We are coming to the end of our time here.
Any notes?
This week's been, I fucked up. So 2 notes next time for everybody.
Okay.
I feel bad. Yeah. So Lively, end us on something. She has a fucking stroke.
Explodes.
and dies.
That's it. That's how you cut it off.
That's it. I'm done.
Okay, bye.
Bye.